Hello, everyone. Today I'd like to give a very quick talk about internationalized Scala programs in the gettext style. Before I start, I want to ask how many of you have created an internationalized programs? Okay, so almost half of you. Okay, so how many of you have used something like gettext? Okay, just about 5%. And how many of you have used something like properties file? Okay, almost half you. Of the two ways, I don't know if there are any other better ways, but on most of the time I use gettext. Sometimes I use a properties file, but most of the time I prefer to use gettext. And today I like to use to introduce to you the workflow, how to use the gettext style to internationalize your Scala programs. So my name is Ngoc. Knock on the door. Knock knock. Yeah, and I just joined i18n a few months ago. And my favorite languages are Ruby, Erlang, and Scala. And actually, my Scala style is I use Scala as if it's a new Java. And a new Java is because Java is very fast, but it's not easy to use. And Ruby is easy to use, but it's not fast. And Erlang is functional. So my Scala style is a combination of these languages. Actually, I don't know ScalaSyd or Haskell yet, so actually I'm struggling with multi-talks at this meetup. Yeah, I hope I will learn ScalaSyd in the near future. So English is not my native language, and I'm from Vietnam. And before coming to Sydney, I spent 15 years in Japan. So as a second language, English is my second language, and so internationalization is very important to me. Most of the time, I write programs in English, and then when I want to I write programs in English first, then I will migrate that into other languages like Vietnamese or Japanese. So let's go to the main part. Given this program, it is a very simple program. So let's try to internationalize this in the gettext style. I won't go into details of property style. So the first step is we need to mark the string that we need to take out, that we need to translate. So usually we use some kind of marker, like in this case we use a t, a function t. To mark that, we need to take out this string later. And the next step is in some way we need to extract these strings in our programs into a template file. It's called a template file because this string is empty, and it needs to be sent to translators to translate it. For example, this language in French. And other topics related to this workflow is that we need some way to efficiently update the language files when the strings in our program change. So I have some tips for you. One is we use some kind of automatical mechanism to copy existing but similar translation to make new translation. And we need to mark this string to be fuzzy so that they will be modified by a human later. This will make translation a little faster. And another tip is that we don't delete old translation, just comments out. And maybe in the future we will check them to use them in our program to translate new strings that are similar to deleted strings. And another tip is that in translation files, when they are just test files, and so when we update them, we need to diff between the versions. And if we sort by message ID, then it will be easier for us to see the difference between versions. And another step is that when we have multiple language files, we need to load them into our program. Basically, we will pass these files to a key value data structure. And for example, when we, in this case, we have 3 languages, French, Japanese, and Vietnamese. And for example, in a web page that a user is from Japan, we will use the Japanese language file and display it. It's very simple. And at runtime, after we have the key value data structure, we need to replace the original key into this. So this T marker have 2 purposes. One is it marks the string to extract, and another is that it acts as a function to replace the given key to its value. So gettext is quite advanced. It allows you to specify context. For example, this string may have 2 contexts. One is just normal default context. Another is a casual context. And in different contexts, we will have different translation. These are French language. And another feature is that gettext allows us to specify singular and plural rules. For example, in this case, we have this singular and plural. And depending on this value, we will pick up singular or plural form. And gettext allows us to do that. In the language file, at the header, we can specify that this rule. And when we translate, we will have this number. For example, in French language, we have a 0 and 1, but in other languages, we may have 2 and 3. They will have different translation. It's very hard to do this feature, and we must be very careful. And next to the demo part, in this demo, I will also introduce some tools to for example, I just use this very simple example. So let's internationalize this program. The first step is we need to mark and extract this string. So we can use this tool. This tool is called ScalaGetTest. ScalaGetTest is on GitHub. I wrote this tool. is a Scala compiler plugin, and at compile time, it will extract the string, this string, out. How many of you have written a Scala compiler plugin? Okay, so almost no one. So let me explain a little about this. Scala is very powerful about this. For example, in Java, you just compile and you basically don't have any ways to hook into the compilation process. So, but Scala allows you to do that. It allows you to hook into the translation phases, and you can transform or extract out information. So it's this very neat way, because you can just compile and you get the strings. If you don't have, in other, for example, in other languages like Ruby or Java, you need to have some kind of grab to grab the source code and take out the strings from the source code. That way is not very precise, because it can have wrong strings. But in Scala, because the compiler does the pass, we can get the exact strings. This is very handy. I will show you how to do this later. And this tool I wrote only about 100 lines of source code. It's very simple, but it's very powerful. And Scala gettext can also extract strings from templates. For example, as long as the templates are converted to source code and compiled. So that means that this works for almost all popular template engines like ScalaSyd, ScalaText, and Tone. This is the default template engine in Play framework. So this tool will work for almost every web applications. The next step is we need to translate the language template file. Basically, we can use any text editor, because the translation, because the language file is just a normal text file. But there's a very convenient GUI editor, PoEdit. This tool is very convenient. I will show you this tool later. It has versions for Linux, Windows, and Mac. And after you have the language file translated, you need to load it. I wrote another tool to load it. It's a Scala. This is also on GitHub. So I will show you later. This tool is a Scala parser that it will transform the translated file into key value data structure to use in your Scala program. And I also if there's any time, I will show you this demo later. And the demo of source code is on GitHub, and you also can also use this workflow in your Play web programs. You can use this tool. Okay, so let's go to the demo part. For example, we have this program. Okay, let's save this here. Okay, let's try to run this. Okay, it's just display this. And now let's translate this. Let's use an SBT program. Source main Scala. Hello. Okay. Then let's copy this into. Okay. And let's create a view SBT here. Oh, where is it? I see. Okay, let's see. Oh, sorry. Okay, let me copy paste this thing to this. Okay, this is just a very normal SVT file. And this part, we use this, we include this compiler plugin into our project. And if you read the README of this compiler plugin, it's just copy paste from the README. And oh my God, sorry. Miro. Okay, it's better. Oh. Okay, let's try to make this to a real program. Okay, let's try to run this. Okay, it's here. Just wait. Okay. Let's go back to the README of this Scala test plugin. It says that it needs a marker methods because it you need to mark the string that you want to translate. So you need to the document says that you need to use this thread. T is for translate without any plural form, and TN is for plural forms, and TC is for translation with context, and TCN is for with context and plural form. And let's for our implementation, let's just use default a very simple implementation. Is just this is okay, and in this part we need.
Sorry, we need to add def in front of each method name.
Ah, yes, thank you. And in our program, we will mark this with this. Of course, we can use import, and we only need to do like this. Okay, so let's compile. Okay, there's no no error. And if you go back to the documentation, in the README here, it says that you need to, when you want to translate, you need to create an empty file here, and you will need to recompile. So because we already compiled, so this file won't be compiled again. So we need to clean it and compile it again. Oh, sorry. In this config, we need to, oh, is it? This one? Oh, wrong one. Sorry. Okay. Just remove this. Okay. So let's compile again. Okay. After the compilation, the string I will show you. The string will be extracted into this file. So the next step, let's translate this. Translate this. For example, I just copy this file to, for example, French name here, and we use this tool to compile, to do the translation. This is a Poe edit tool, and in here we have the key, and the value is empty. So let's do some translation. Okay, and we save it. And if you see here, you will see that this tool automatically gives some hints for you here. You can just click it and you copy it here. It's very convenient. And Okay, so now we have this translated file, and we need to load this file into our program. We need to load it, and let's go back to the tool here to load it. A ScalaParser is the tool to do that. It allows you to load the language file into your program. So I need to copy here. Okay, it's here. Just copy paste. In our SBT file, we need to add this dependency. And let's go back to the doc here. Okay, it's here. Okay, let's try to load it. As you can see here in this file, I just use a dummy implementation, but we need to modify this implementation to actually use the loaded translation. So let's modify this. We need some way to load this file. So for simplicity, please let me just embed this into our program. In a real program, we will use a source. We use a simple source code to actually load the file, but for now, let me just embed this into this. Okay, and now we need to modify this method. So if you see the documents, if you see the README of ScalaParser, you will see that it has these methods. Okay, so now let's try to run our program again. Oh, what is it?
There should be TC, TN, TCN.
No, I know it is. I see. Sorry. The results of this pass is an option. So we need a get here. Just in case it's failed.
43 needs TN and then TC.
I know, but this ScalaParser just use T. It doesn't need the TC like the Scala is gettext. So let's run it again. Okay. So now you see this. Sorry, I think I go out of time. Let's wrap up. So I just introduced to you a workflow to convert a normal Scala program into an internationalized program. My presentation is on SlideShare. So if you want to view it again, you can go to SlideShare and search for this. Thank you very much.
Does anyone have any questions for you? Okay.
Hi, it's just an obvious question. How do you choose the language it's going to run as?
At runtime?
At runtime. You
yes.
picked French there, but how
Yes.
do you...
So please let me look at here. So in here, you see that I use this code to load the language file. So in a real program, you will use for each language you use a value like this, and you load the file. And for example, in a web page, you can see the request header to know the language of the browser, and you pick up the right language. Yeah.
I was just interested in what led you to write a compiler plugin rather than maybe a string context with a macro implementation. Because it's probably easier to write with macros than to write a compiler plugin. I'm presuming that you needed it to be compile time for efficiency reasons.
Yeah. Actually, I created this library before macro was added to Scala, so it's there. Yeah.
Cool.
I created this about several years ago. Yeah.
Maybe just a comment. I heard of a library called Rapture. Rapture, have you heard of it? It's from a guy called John Pretty. He has an internationalization library as well. Might be interesting to look at.
For Scala?
For Scala, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
And he does,
can you pronounce this?
Yeah, so R-A-P.
R-A-P.
T-U-R.
E-U-R. E.
Then an E.
Oh, thank you. I will
That's it.
investigate this. Thank you.
Yeah, he has a few different things, including JSON libraries and a few other things. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Cool. All right. Thanks. We'll have a short break and then we'll be back for the second talk. Thanks.